What's up, fantasy managers? Today is the day, D-Day. Not that D-Day, draft day. And I'm going to go over my draft I had earlier and explain to you who I picked and why I picked them. So stick around so you can see what I could be.
Something fantasy. Let me be your fantasy life. Yeah.
Okay, so first round. So first off, this is a 12-man standard. Actually, no, it's like half-point PPR. I had the 9th overall pick, and so I kind of already had an idea who I was going to get. It was going to be Nixon. I never get a wide receiver first round. I've past experiences as kind of like I shunned that because too many disappointments. But I wanted to get Nixon because he's on a good team. I always try to get players from good teams. I would consider them a good team because they made the Super Bowl last year, and Joe Burrow, he just keeps getting better and better, right? And they got Jamar Chase out there, so I think their offense is pretty decent. Normally, what I've come across is either Nixon or Najee Harris. I do like Najee Harris. I just don't think he's going to be on that good of a team. And the same division as the Bengals, but I think the Bengals are going to win that division. Let's go. Then we're the Ravens. No, I'll go with the Bengals. I'll stick with the Bengals. So I got Nixon. Of course, you get the number one running back. I wanted to get a number one wide receiver. And my goal was to get Diggs. I ended up getting Diggs. Why I wanted Diggs? Diggs is one of the best route runners in the league. It's like him, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. But he's on an explosive offense. He's got one of the best quarterbacks in the league throwing in the ball. And I feel like they're going to put up a lot of points. Diggs is going to be a part of that, so I went for Diggs. I was kind of in a situation because Harris did fall, and I could have got Nixon and Harris. But then I started thinking, I was like, well, then my wide receiver, my number one wide receiver is going to be a lower tier. I was thinking maybe I could get Mark Andrews as a tight end, and I could help balance out my wide receivers and tight ends. But then again, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to try to get Mark Andrews. You don't know if he's going to be there or not. So I just played like he's not there. And what was better for the team, it was just to get a number one running back and a number one wide receiver. In the third round, I wanted J.K. Dobbins. I had him a couple years ago. He blew it up. I wanted him last year too. I think everyone did, but he tore his ACL. I still want him. I don't think ACLs or tears are much of a thing anymore. I mean, ever since Adrian Peterson did his thing after his blown out knee, I think it's just like, okay, they take a year off. That's a year of not getting banged up. I'm just doing straight rehab, working out and stuff like that. I think it kind of worked out in my favor because of the injury. He has now fallen to like the late third round, where I was able to get him. And then the fourth round, I wanted to get Mark Andrews if he was available. He wasn't. So then it was a toss-up between Mike Williams or Mike Evans. I think he could have gone either way. Mike Williams, of course, is on a high-power offense. I think the whole division is going to be nothing but touchdowns. There's going to be like really no defense played in the Chargers division. Or with Mike Evans, you got the great Tom Brady throwing him the ball. But there's just a little bit too much going on with Tom Brady right now. And eventually, Tom Brady is not going to be as good. He's going to be too old. When is that going to happen? Is it going to happen this year? I don't know. So I went ahead and got Mike Williams. Mike Williams he's a tall speedster. He's a beast. They need to get him more involved though. Like he's a great player. They just got to get him more involved. He needs to get 100 receptions. I think he can do it. He's a beast. Fifth round, I wanted to get Dameon Pierce. I've been high on Dameon Pierce for quite a while. Fortunately, now everyone knows that. So earlier in the month, or last month in August, God, we're in September. In August, you were able to get him like in the 8th round, but he's jumped up so much. People know about him, and he went in the 5th round. He went in our league. He actually went in the 4th round, so I wasn't able to get him. I got Mitchell, the running back for the 49ers, which to me, I'm kind of like, they have a lot of running backs there in San Francisco, and he did well last year, but he's injured right now. He got injured last year. I hate it when running backs get injured with a hamstring because I feel like that's something that could linger all season. The good thing is he's my number 3 running back, so he could go in as a flex, or if he's hurt, go on the bench. In the 6th round, I wanted to get St. Brown from USC. He went like the pick right before me. It was very frustrating. I really thought I was going to get him. So I got Jody from the Broncos. I mean, he's a great route runner, I think. And Russell Wilson, you know, upgrade from what he's had in previous years. So I think he's going to be Wilson's #1 target. And like I said, that division, I think is going to be nothing but offense. So I wanted a part of that. 7th round, I wanted to go with Allen Robinson, just because he's on the Rams. You know, they got a pretty decent offense. He also went the pick right before me. So instead of wide receiver, I was looking at wide receivers and running backs, like what has the possibility to give me more points, and I went with Rashad Penny. You know, he ended the last 6 or 7 weeks last year being the #1 running back. The situation in Seattle with the quarterback is not great. But like I said, he's probably like my 4th running back that I got, and he's on the bench. But hopefully he can still produce like what he did at the end of last year. And then that's what the next round. It was the 8th round. Wide receivers started just going off. I think I also had like a computer error because I think there were some quarterbacks available that I didn't notice, but I saw a lot of people picking up. And I wanted to make sure I got a higher tier quarterback, so I ended up getting Russell Wilson. It was him or Rodgers. I think Rodgers is going to do well. Rodgers has continued to always do well, even when people have doubted him, saying, like, oh, he doesn't have any weapons. He makes people good, but Russell Wilson, there's known weapons on that team, so I went with him. In the 9th round, I wanted to get Bateman from the Ravens. Once again, it was about like 2 picks before me. He got picked up, so I went with Hopkins. Hopkins I believe is falling this low just because he's on suspension, but you know he can be an elite wide receiver, and he's got Murray throwing him the ball, and Cardinals offense could be pretty incredible sometimes. 10th round, I wanted James Cook. Someone on the Bills, I wanted James Cook. Got picked in the 10th round earlier than my pick. So what I did, I went and got Gainwell from the Eagles. He's a backup running back, but once Miles Sanders goes down with some injury, it's going to happen, I'm going to have the starting running back for the Eagles. And then I got my first rookie. In the 11th round, I got George Pickens. And this is to see what could happen, right? They already have 2 other established wide receivers, but I feel like they're more like speedsters than anything. Pickens, I feel like, is a beast, and he can overpower DBs, and I think he's going to maybe be productive. I hope he's going to be productive, so we'll see how that turns out. 12th round, it's crazy to think about this, but 12th round, I went for a backup quarterback. Aaron Rodgers was still there. I'm like, okay, I can put Aaron Rodgers on my bench. If he does well, trade him. Trade for somebody who's not doing well. Hopefully, that's the plan. Let's see what happens. Round 13, I finally went and got me a tight end. I got me Dawson Knox. Plays for the Bills, right? I want everyone for the Bills. Successful teams, high-power offense teams, winning teams. I want players from them. And then for the 14th pick, I got the backup running back for the Raiders, Amir White. I don't really know much about this dude, but the Raiders released Drake, so obviously he's doing something productive out there that I don't know. So pick him up, and we can see what happens with that. He's on the bench, so if he doesn't do well, but cut it. You can't even make my team. And that's pretty much it. The last 15 and 16 rounds is usually defensive kickers, and you kind of rotate those out every week, basically. Anyways, just on matchup. Anyway, so thanks for listening. I think I give my team like a B minus. I wish I had some other players I could have really done, boosted up the grade for my team, but hey, it is what it is. You just got to adapt, right? So thank you for watching. Like the comment, or like, and then comment, or dislike if they have that, and then comment, or subscribe, whatever. Do me a favor. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. Until next time, peace.